Hello, guys, and I hope you are doing well. Today, our topic is policy routing. So, what is policy routing? Policy routing, if you guys are similar with Cisco technologies, then it is similar like PBR. What do we do in PBR? In PBR, we defined a specific ACL, in which that ACL we are defining a specific subnet. That if I receive that specific subnet IP address, then it should hit that policy. Okay, and that policy has been called on the L3 gateway of the L3 device, and depending on the condition, we define the next stop. So similarly, policy route is also is like PBR only. So I will show you in our topic. We will configure policy routing in such a way that the user from VLAN 10, if he is hitting for port number 443, then the traffic should be redirected to this web server. Okay, this is not actual web server. I have configured this device as an it is a Cisco router, but I have configured it as an HTTPS server. Okay, so let's get started. I will just go into FortiGate. This is basically users in VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. 10, 10, port number is 3, 10.1.1.1 slash 24. I will allow ping and HTTPS and SSH over here. I will configure it as a DHCP server and I'll click on OK. Now similarly, I will configure for VLAN 20 users. I will give it as name as 20, port 3. Similarly, I will give the IP address. I'm sorry. Now I will configure the WAN interface. Okay, WAN interface, not the WAN interface. This is the WAN interface which I have configured earlier only. So it's in the laptop IP address scheme, and this one is the web server subnet. So let me show you the configuration of the web server first. Okay, after that we will do the firewall configuration with policy routing. Okay, so this is the web server. I will show you the configuration. I've seen most of the guys are requesting for the configuration of the servers. Basically, they are the Cisco routers which I've configured in such a way that if any device is trying to hit the policy of HTTPS, so it will be give the GUI access of this router. So this is for just for a lab purpose. So you can see the configuration. Okay, I think this is pretty much acceptable for you guys to how to configure the HTTPS server. Now what I'll do, I will configure the firewall. IP scheme over here is 30.1. Okay. Similarly, I will configure the port number 2 as 30.1. Server port. Okay. Slash 24 HTTPS SSH ping. Okay. And I'll click on OK. Now we are done with the interface based configuration. Now what I'll do, I will configure the firewall policies. Basic firewall policies like VLAN 10 to the WAN number port 1. Okay. Meantime, let me just open them. Similarly, I will just click on two. I'll give port. Okay. Now, what is the difference between the firewall policy and policy route? Okay. In policy route, I can define a condition that if incoming interface is VLAN 10, okay, source IP address will be 10.1.1.0, address will be a VLAN 10 address, okay, destination IP address. So this is the game changer. Destination IP address will be of this server. Address I don't need to define over here. If you want, I can create it. I'll create an address. It's not reflecting. Address group. Give the name. Oh no, address group is not required. Okay, I'll keep it as it is. Okay, destination address and port number. Okay. Now, how does HTTPS work? HTTPS works on port number 443. Okay. So I'll just click. Source port will be random port. Destination port will be 443. Okay. Now, this is not require forward traffic, stop policy routing and everything. What is the outgoing interface? Outgoing interface will be the server port. And what is the gateway? It is the next stop IP address from the FortiGate firewall towards that Cisco router, which is actually our web server, which is this one. Okay, slash 24, 32. Okay, now it is accepted. I have not given the subnet mask. Okay. Now, what about the static routes? Static routes I have to give. I will give the normal static route, which is for the port 1. Gateway will be 192.168.0.1. Click on OK. Similarly, I will create a gateway towards the server port. Okay. Now, I will give the next stop IP address. Number 2, stating that click on OK. Policy route is there. Now, similarly, let me check if any firewall policy has been created or not. Let's check if policy routing is working without firewall policy. Okay. Now, what I'll do, I'll just open my VNC. I'll just click on this PC. Mhm. Okay. Here I will go into the network and sharing center. Change adapter settings. Here I'll click on properties. Obtain an address automatically. Let's go in CMD, guys. Check the IP config. See, we have got an IP address by DHCP. We are able to ping the gateway. We are able to ping the global DNS. Now let's check if I'm able to ping the. It's not working. I think we have to create a firewall policy for this as well. Okay. Although we have defined a condition. Okay, but you guys know this is a firewall. Just defining a condition is not going to help. We have to create a firewall policy. We have defined a condition, okay, that if any traffic is coming from this subnet and the destination IP address is this for traffic and the layers and traffic should be HTTPS, then only allow. But to permit that also we have to require a firewall policy unless and until it will not allow. Now I'll click on 3 server port. Destination should be, just click on all and I'll click on OK. Now let's check if it is working or not. Yeah, now it's working. Now let's see how about this user. 8.8.8. Yeah, I think this has not got IP address as of now. Okay, it's getting an API IP. IP config plus release. Okay, now renew. Let me check if the helpers are configured over here or not. Not helpers. This subnet has been configured. Okay, I have not configured this is an, that's why it's not working. Now it will take an IP. Release renew. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, it has renewed the IP address. It's working. Okay. Now let's see the magic of policy routing. Okay. This is the user in VLAN 20. Okay. My policy routing has been defined for this user. Okay. Which is in VLAN 10. Now let's see if the user 10 if the user in VLAN 20 is trying to access this destination. What happens? I will say HTTPS 30.1.1.2. Say it's not working. But how about other traffic? I will say Nifty 50. Okay. So I'm getting results. But this is stuck because VLAN in 20, VLAN in user in VLAN 20 has not been defined in the policy routing. Okay. For this specific condition while accessing 30.1.1.2. Now let's see the magic of users in VLAN 10. Now just see the magic, guys. You can see here I will get a hit count. See, there is a hit count. See, I'm getting. The username will be Sakshi. Depending on the credentials which have been configured on your the DH, on the web server. Okay. So if any user in VLAN 10 is hitting on this interface, okay, incoming interface is VLAN 10 and his outgoing interface is VLAN is port 2, this one, and he is having source IP address this one and destination IP address in this one. If he is trying to access via HTTPS, then it will be redirected to this policy route. This is the magic of policy routing. Now let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Let's check if it is working via HTTP or not. 10 dot sorry 30.1.1.2. It's working. Unfortunately, yeah, it's working. Not sure why it's working, but it is working. Okay. So I hope you guys would have liked this video. So stay tuned for the upcoming videos and thank you for your support. I can see most of the guys are commenting on my videos and it is really motivating me to upload more videos and share my knowledge with you guys. Okay. So like basically I like sharing knowledge with everyone. So whatever things I'm learning in my daily life in my organization, I'm trying my best to deliver that knowledge to you guys. Okay, so I am planning for other videos also apart from FortiGate. So stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Thank you guys.